Okay, for this question, we're given a probability distribution. We're told that the value of p lies between 0 and a third, and we're asked to find the variance of x. So, finding the variance, we're going to need some more rows and columns here. We need a sum column, and we need to go ahead and first work out the expected value of x, and then decide if we're going to use formula 1 or formula 2 to find the variance. Now, how do you decide? Well, first let's go ahead and look at what the expected value is, and then we'll see if it looks nice and easy to take each score away from that. I do know that the x values are nice and simple to square, so I'm thinking formula 2 straight away is probably going to be the easier one to use. Now, first thing I'm going to do here is just figure out the expected value. I need to multiply each score by its probability, so minus 1 times p, 0 lots of 2p, and 1 lot of 1 minus 3p just gives me 1 minus 3p. So if I add those up, I've got minus p plus 1 minus 3p. Now whether you write that with brackets around the 1 minus 3p or not, it's just going to be minus p minus 3p. That gives me minus 4p plus 1. Or if you want to write it the other way around, it might be neater to write 1 minus 4p. So that's the expected value. Now, I don't really want to take that away from each score and then square it, because that just looks too tricky. It's going to be much easier to find x squareds and multiply them by the probabilities. Now, you can do this in 2 lines and find x squared first, then multiply each x squared by the probabilities. But because I'm dealing with such simple numbers here, if I square these, I'm going to get 1, 0, and 1. I'm just going to go ahead and multiply them straight away by the probabilities. So squaring this, I've got 1. Multiplying it by p, I've got p. Squaring this, I've got 0. Multiplying it by anything, I have 0. Squaring this, I have 1. Multiplying it by the probability, I have 1 minus 3p. Next step is to add those up, and p plus 1 minus plus 1 minus 3p is going to give me 1 minus 2p. Okay, what to do next? Well, formula for variance, the second formula, or the alternate formula, says take this sum that you have here, 1 minus 2p, and subtract the expected value squared. So I need to take away 1 minus 4p all squared. Now, there's a chance to make the classic sign error here, so I'm going to do it nice and slowly and just write out 1 minus 2p minus, now I'm going to expand this. I need to square the first thing, multiply the 2 together and double it, and square the second term plus 16p squared. On the next line, I can then expand my brackets, which basically just changes each of the signs, plus 8p minus 16p squared. Now I can see that there's 1 and minus 1, they'll cancel each other out, and I've got minus 2p plus 8p, that gives me 6p minus 16p squared. Before going any further, just check the solutions, and there's our solution right there, so we don't need to factorise it or do anything